Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. Trust you're having a good day and trust you had a good weekend. Happy Monday to you. It is Monday, June 17th, mid-June, and it is 9:29, about 20 seconds away from the open of New York. I thought I would check in with you here and see what's happening this morning. This is the NASDAQ chart you're looking at, of course. All three of them are NASDAQ. Daily up in the top left, 30-minute in the bottom left, and the 1-minute chart on the right-hand side. This is the three sisters, or these are the three sisters, NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow from left to right. The usual, I know I'm repeating myself, and I do that on purpose, a creature of habit, a creature of ritual, and I believe that most traders who use rituals and repeat the same process nearly identically every day tend to do better, in my experience. And because I'm old, it's been a long time, and noticing these patterns, and so this is something that I do. VWAP, volume weighted average price, is that blue line in the middle, 2.5 standard deviations on either side of those red lines. And this is a 1-minute chart. There's the 1-minute opening range forming. It's not done yet. There's still 30 seconds left in it right there. I'll be watching this morning, guys. I'm expecting, as I told my group, to be very patient here this morning. It is Monday. Rollover is still happening. There's no major news today, the entire day. Scheduled news, that is. Of course, anything can happen at any time. There was no major current event or big development over the weekend worldwide, as far as I can tell. We are, as I mentioned, in the middle of rollover with futures contracts, and that can cause some issues in terms of volatility and chaotic and random price action. And of course, it's Monday, right? Meandering Monday, messy Monday, manic Monday, some would say. And so just be watching here. I will be cutting out dead air, sideways grinding action, non-teaching moments, things of that nature. There's no use me keeping the machine running here when just watching price grind sideways, for instance, or print a big divergence like you've seen many, many times before. So we'll keep this video nice and tight. That's something that I know my viewers, my few viewers, I don't have a lot of viewers, but have appreciated, I think, is that I cut out all the non-eventful stuff and just focus on what's going on here. On that note, guys, I'll put you on pause and we will wait for something to develop here and then come on back. All right, guys, we're back, and I'll show you the trading grid here. This is the 30-minute chart. It's very key to what I do. Of course, the daily context is important too, very important. But I'm always looking for a 30-minute reason to enter, or at least to avoid a 30-minute reason to do the opposite, right? And that's key here, and that's a nuance that I think is important to explain as we're watching this play out. Lots of wiki stuff here from Friday in the New York session. So this is definitely worth watching. I will not be jumping into anything here, guys. This is, well, for all the reasons I mentioned when we started the video. All right, guys, we're back. Just watching this meandering and divergent behavior. We can see we sold off on the NASDAQ, rallied on the Dow, then sold off on the Dow and rallied on the NASDAQ at the same time. So there's really this inverse correlation between these two now, and why I'm often ignoring the Dow during this market cycle for that reason. I am looking at the S&P and NASDAQ for support and correlation, alignment, or at least some kind of agreement in the moment of entry in particular. But rallying back here into open range on the NASDAQ, that's my vehicle of choice, by the way, for those who are new. In other words, the instrument that I trade. Here we go, guys. A little break and retest here on the NASDAQ. I'm going to put a sell stop order right here, right there. I'll fix this marker in a moment. My stop will be at the high of the session. Here we go. Sell stop order live here, guys. You might be wondering why I would enter an order like that if we're rejecting from this zone. The important thing about this zone is that it was from a very narrow range in the overnight session, not from the New York participants, right? Which the zones from New York, of course, are way over here on Friday. Today is Monday. And so these zones are fairly important, but on the market open, the massive coming together of forces on the open here in New York for the week, these really don't hold a huge amount of water. They're important, but they're not insurmountable if there's enough volume and if the structure supports it, right? The idea of a shifting break, impulse down, and then orderly pullback into open range, and if rounding over. That's why I demand a sell stop order in order to enter some kind of confirmation of a resumption of selling. This might be worth a coin toss, right? Let's take a look at the Three Sisters and see if there's any kind of support. Well, yeah, pulling back down, at least we were in a moment ago, as we were rounding over here on the NASDAQ, rounding over in the S&P, and coming down on the Dow, which is kind of supportive, right? Even though I'm kind of ignoring the Dow right now. The Dow being a price-weighted industrial index, right? Just 30 stocks. S&P, of course, is 500 blue chip companies, and the NASDAQ is 100 stocks. This is a tech-driven rally for the most part. So, of course, there's a lot of participation in the S&P as well. Just not to the same extent. The market's just resting right now. You can see that indecision, doji candles. In other words, the candle opened and closed at basically the same level. It opened, rallied up, and then sold down, and then rallied back to its opening price. And it did the same thing on the next candle. It's kind of doing the same thing now with an inside candle on the 1 minute chart. But if we can break on down here and get beyond this candle here, right? The last white candle, bullish candle. There it is, guys. I'm in. I'm now short the NASDAQ. No guarantees here. This is messy Monday, meandering Monday. But the coin has been tossed. And now it's all about what the market wants to do from here. And whatever happens, we just accept, right? Trading is nothing more than making a bet that prices will go here before they go there. That's all, right? And if they go there first, well, that's called an expense, right? It's called a charge. Could be it's called a losing trade or a loss on a trade. Just these labels for ongoing business expenses, right? We're just taking a chance that price will go here before they go there. That's all. And in my experience, when this thing happens, whatever this combination of stuff on the daily, on the 30, and on the 1 happens, there is typically, in other words, more often than not, a greater chance that prices will go here before they go there. That's all. No guarantees. And stop the break even, guys. Playing it safe, almost at target here. And there it is, guys. Thanks for being with me. Very simple trade. A break and a retest of the open range, right? Shift down, retesting, reject, reject, reject. Indecision doji. You can see the market pausing and doing a little tug of war, and then a resumption of, well, weakness going down into this cleaner traffic zone. Simple stuff. And this is a day that I came in with the intent of being super patient, but when structure sets up so cleanly, it's certainly worth a coin toss. You can see prices here already going significantly lower. Thanks for being with me today, guys. This morning, it's only 9:49. The week is early and the day is early. Have an amazing day. We'll talk to you soon.